cannot blame Erik Ten Hag for Rashford's lack of form. But you can blame Erik Ten Hag for keep playing Rashford when you know it's out of form.
Yes, sir.
And if it's that Rashford was the only winger you had, quite all right, good. You can say, okay, because you don't have another player. When you have players like Garnacho, like Ahmad, that are doing far better than what Rashford is doing, in terms of, even if they're not playing, in terms of the effort, they are putting more effort.
Yeah.
And you still put those players on the bench, and you still keep playing Rashford.
What's happening, my people? Welcome to another edition of Vertical Football. I'm your host, Komi, and with me, I have Afele and Shegun. Shegun, how are you doing today?
It's good to be here.
Afele, are you good?
Are we good? We are good.
It's awesome to see you guys again.
Yeah.
And today, what we want to do is to discuss Erik Ten Hag report card.
Oof.
Now, I know that a lot of people will be asking, what are we saying here? But for every student, when you do an examination, there should be a report card that, okay, to show your performance level, to know what we have to change and how we are going to do a lot of things with our progress. Now, Shegun, I want to ask you, when Erik Ten Hag was appointed Manchester United manager, what was your expectation?
I think everybody, before he was elected, before he was brought in as the Manchester United manager, everybody remember the fantastic Ajax team that got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. And so we thought that kind of football, exciting football with young players, that this is what it's going to bring to Manchester United. So that's what we all expected, really.
Wow. What about you, Afele?
Well, I can remember vividly then where me and Shegun were super excited about being appointed.
Yeah.
Like, we were excited, not like we thought it was we actually thought it was going to be the manager to bring us back to the glory old days. We were excited because judging by the performance, like you said, it's a report card. It's a report card that will tell on what's next to do. So judging by the report card he had at Ajax, we were believing that we were going to do well and take us to the top. So we were super excited when he was appointed as the manager.
Wow. Why? I also was excited. I thought in my mind that then there'll be a lot of competition for Pep Guardiola, for Klopp when he was still there. And even for Chelsea, I said, now I think this is the right manager for Manchester United. But he did well the first season, right? The first season.
Yeah, it was decent, yeah.
It was decent, and I guess he had the trophy first season, Carling Cup, right?
Yeah, yes, Carabao Cup, yeah.
Yeah, not bad. And top 4. Now, it was third.
So it was a good starting point.
It was awesome starting point. But where did he now miss it? Now, this will now lead us to his tactical decision and his adaptation. Where did he miss it? Tactically, and how did he adapt? I think that's the next thing on every Manchester United fans. Where did he miss it? Maybe I will start from Afele. Where did he miss it?
The first thing I think happened to Ten Hag is, I think firstly, Ten Hag is stubborn. Ten Hag is super stubborn.
Super stubborn.
Yes, he is. And that thing favoritism. When you have favorites in a team, when you're looking at people, you don't want to offend people, being the good guy. We've always said this times the number. And another thing again is that Ten Hag knows what to do, but I just believe that he doesn't want to do it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Like, he wants to prove a point.
Yeah.
He wants people to know that the players I brought in can do the job, not the players you are giving me. So I think that, for me, I think that's where he's getting it wrong now.
Wow.
It's up to him, though.
It's up to him.
Yeah.
Shegun, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what Afele said. In part that Ten Hag is stubborn. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed in Ten Hag's first year or first season at Manchester United was the tactical variability.
Yeah.
In the sense of, for example, when they started the season, the second half of the season, he brought in Wout Weghorst.
Yeah.
A time came where Weghorst was playing as a 9. Yeah. All of a sudden, Ten Hag wanted to change something. He brought Weghorst as a 10. We won some games on a stretch, even Barcelona in the Europa League, because Ten Hag used Weghorst as a 10. Then sometimes you see him using the likes of Fred, marking. This was a manager that was willing to try many things. You understand? This was a player that was doing so well. We just like this is a good manager. All of a sudden, second season came. Erik Ten Hag just decided that it was only one formation we're going to use and it was not going to change. In top football, you can do that in Holland, in Ajax. But when you are playing against the best managers in the world, you should know that if you keep using the same pattern, the same formation, the same approach, one time they will catch you. And once they catch you, people will be defeating you easily. I think that's what we are seeing right now.
Oh, wow. But I feel that some managers have one tactics and they're doing fine. We have the Tottenham coach, Anje. He had one tactics and he's doing fine with it. Is it a bad thing for Ten Hag to just stick to one tactics and use it well?
No, I think it's a bad thing in the sense of you can have one formation, one starting formation.
Okay.
But that's if for example, if you're using 4-3-3. 4-3-3 last season for Guardiola is not 4-3-3 this season.
No, that's true.
Because Guardiola could decide that, okay, or even Arteta, let's Arteta is a good example. Arteta decided last season 4-3-3, right?
Yeah.
He was using Zinchenko as a left.
Yeah.
He was using Ben White.
Ben White, yeah.
That's right. Now, this season, he had decided to change it. Now he's using Calafiori as left. Calafiori playing left back. And Zinchenko playing left back is two different things. If the last season Zinchenko will invert, now Calafiori is not inverting. So it's different. So there's flexibility. What they can give is different from one party gives you. So there's flexibility. But Manchester United is the same thing. It's the same thing. Bruno 10, Casemiro, what do you call it? Casemiro as DM, Eriksen or Kobe like that. So the left back must always invert in Ten Hag's pattern. It's Shaw must always invert. Now it's Dalot also must always invert. There's no change. Nothing that is different.
Wow.
And I think that's why we're having issues like that.
Now, talking about tactics, do you think that Ten Hag tactics have gotten the best out of Manchester United players?
Definitely not.
No.
Because I believe the players can do more. I believe the tactics is just about. There are some things that if you're not in the person's mind, you can't understand because you're not in there are some things you can't understand because you are not in the person's mind. And I believe that Ten Hag is just doing things maybe because it's balanced. He feels that I can't get the sack later yet. And you are even if that's not even a question to ask because you are looking at the results. If the tactics is getting the best out of the players, we are going to have a better result. We are not having a better result. We are not playing well.
That's true.
Tactically, like Shegun said, it's just one way traffic. Everybody knows that this is the way it's going to play.
Yeah.
No change. So if you're playing like that, when everybody knows that this is the way you want to play, they're going to come with you in different dimensions.
Yeah, that's true.
You're playing the same way. For God's sake, just bench Bruno. Use Zexi. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yes.
You're experimenting. Change.
But, okay, on that, I want to ask. If we bench Bruno, you are the same set of fans that will say, why not using Bruno? We lost the match because of Bruno.
Even now that we're using Bruno, I'm not losing.
But that is the fans' point of view on this thing. There was a time he benched Rashford for rotations. He said because he want to rotate the team. And all of a sudden, medias and fans are saying, why benching Rashford when he's on form? The question is there anything he can do except he has to find his own pattern? So, Shegun, what do you think? His tactics, has he gotten the best out of the Manchester United squad?
I think the only thing Erik Ten Hag has done that you can give him praise for, that you can really give him praise for, is the discovery of Kobe Mainoo. I'm telling you, it's the discovery of Kobe Mainoo. Really. And for me, as a fan, I don't really think, I want to say this is the first time I'm saying this out, but I don't really think Kobe Mainoo was the best player in that academy at that moment. I felt there was even a player that we sold off that was far better than Kobe Mainoo at that moment. Zidane Iqbal.
Iqbal, fine player, yeah.
Iqbal was a good player. It's not as if they should not use Kobe Mainoo, but those two players. So
Iqbal did well.
Was very good. This guy, but I don't know why he let Iqbal go. But I just feel the only achievement Erik Ten Hag has gotten from Manchester United, apart from maybe the trophies he won, was the discovery of Kobe Mainoo. There is no player that has come to Manchester United that has been better because of Erik Ten Hag. No one. No one. So I don't think I think his pattern and his approach to games make players, to even lose their abilities. See, for example, now we're hearing that Mazerawi has cardiac or something now.
That was I guess that was a false information.
No, it's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
Really?
It's confirmed now that he has a cardiac stuff. And why do you have a cardiac stuff? Number one is play all the old games. Number two, the amount of running, that guy is not used to that kind of running back and front. This guy is an attacking fullback.
He's a player.
But the systems he has played, Ajax, Bayern Munich, these are systems where they have more of the ball.
Okay.
So they don't need to be running back and forth. The amount of time Man United players run back and forth is too much because they lose the ball just easily, and the defensive shape is just bad. Now, talking about what Afili said about tactical variability, I never said something that I listened to. He said he's surprised that up till this moment, Erik Ten Hag has not tried a 3 at the back. And really, I was just thinking about it some time ago, and I said, why can't he use 3 at the back? There was a day me and you analyzed Man United's game where we saw that on the transition, defensive transition, there's always 2 defenders at the back.
Yes, 2, yeah.
Imagine if you could have made it. I think you said it, I should have made it 3.
Yeah.
So
3.
why can't you 3-4-3? Try something new. Why you just stuck with 4-3-2-1? Try something new. Let's see it. So he's stuck with it, and I think that kind of manager is not the manager that can take Manchester United forward, really.
Okay. But to defend Erik Ten Hag, I think Mazwari cardiac arrest, whatever it is not his fault. Anything can happen. He has not been playing, for me, this is my point of view, really. He has not been playing week in, week out at Bayern Munich. You know that. So this time, maybe he has overstressed himself, or maybe there's one hidden health issue that our medical team did not notice.
But it's contributed. Also, what contributed to it also is running back and forth. I'm telling you, they will not want to tell you that running back and forth is too much. Man United runs back and forth too much. There's not always control of the game.
No, but first season, a lot of players played well. We have Rashford, even Garnacho coming out, and they did so well. Tactically, first season, that was Ten Hag's best season. At least that tactics got the best out of them.
I don't really think it was tactics, really, in that first season. At some point, it was tactics, but I don't really think it was tactics. I think it was the fact that most of these players were at the end of their contract.
Okay.
Rashford was at the end of his contract. Shaw was at the end of the contract. Dalot was at the end of the contract. We had a lot of players that were at the end of their contract, and they needed a new contract.
Okay.
So I want to we have noticed in Man United is that after the new contract, there's no motivation again. Bruno now, we can attribute Bruno's form also if you want to be that kind of this thing. To also pass, or maybe the new contract. There's something that new contract just gives to them, really. And it does make them not fired up.
No, I thought of something now. It's better not to say it. Okay, it's better not to say it. But let's move on. What do you think Erik Ten Hag mistake is? And do you think he has learned from them? Like, if you look at Manchester United squad just now, right now, with all the caliber of player Manchester United have, do you think the mistake that Erik Ten Hag have made, he has learned from them? Let me just break it down. Can you identify the mistakes that he made and tell us if you have learned from it, Afeli?
Ten Hag has a lot of mistakes.
A lot, okay.
He knows the mistakes, but the issue is he's not ready to change them, to rectify them.
Can you name like 2 or 3? Because
It's always coming up with the wrong subs.
Most managers do
the starting lineups. You see that when you see the lineups, you just lose faith in the game that you have already lost this game.
The last starting lineup he used was bad. Yes, the last one against Aston Villa, but against Tottenham wasn't a bad starting lineup.
Wasn't a bad starting lineup.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Okay, tell me why you are buying a player who tells you he's a 9.5 and you're still using him as for almost like 5 games straight.
And you're using him to start your front press when you know you cannot run. He doesn't have that energy.
He doesn't have the energy.
Yeah, it was a bad lineup.
Now, Rashford is out of form. In the meantime, even though you want to give him playing time, let him always come in the game to relieve him. You are still starting him every game. What happened? Why?
Good.
Dalot, we run. Before we start moving, Dalot has gone forward. What is he looking for?
He's playing.
You are seeing these things.
Okay.
The first goal against what's it called? Against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson scored.
Yeah.
I think it was Rashford, although Rashford lost the ball.
Yeah.
Now, look at Dalot's man, which was Johnson.
Yes.
After he scored that goal, he didn't know what Dalot did like this.
Why can't and he saw the guy.
And you saw the guy
running. You saw the guy running into space.
To space. We were both on each other's shoulders.
Wow.
You are seeing these things and you are not saying nothing about it.
Can you tell me that I don't think that is Ten Hag's problem.
It's Ten Hag's problem.
That is his mistake.
It's Ten Hag's problem.
The player not following instructions.
It's the responsibility of the manager
to tell the player that you're not doing this.
Yes.
If you don't do, if you
Drop
continue
him.
doing this, I will drop you.
Okay, maybe I will accept that.
You know, okay. You know something. To add to what I've really said, you cannot blame Erik Ten Hag for Rashford's lack of form, but you can blame Erik Ten Hag for keep playing Rashford when you know it's out of form.
Yes, sir.
And if it's that Rashford was the only winger you had, quite alright, good. You can say okay because you don't have another player. When you have players like Garnacho, like Ama, that are doing far better than what Rashford is doing in terms of even if they're not playing in terms of the efforts, they are putting more effort.
Yeah,
and you still put those players on the bench, and you still keep playing Rashford. And you keep playing him, and you see seeing that Rashford in just that week that I've really referenced lost the ball against Tottenham, could not do his defensive work against Porto for the first 2 goals.
yeah.
In the first
Even
half.
FC20.
Even FC20.
Yeah.
You know, so from their side that they did the
From Dalo side was FC20 goal.
yes. So there are a lot of things. He's not learning. He's stubborn. I think we have to just agree. Erik Ten Hag is stubborn.
So the only he has a stubborn problem.
you have a stubborn problem. Really.
So,
If I could remember, there was this press conference Ten Hag did that I think a journalist was trying to outline the mistakes he did that like we've been having consecutively in
Yes.
the match.
Yes.
Did you, if you can remember what Ten Hag said, Ten Hag was trying to let me know that it's not insulting. Like, when you know someone is stubborn, you see it in their character, in the way they speak.
It's hard-headed.
It's added. He's trying to let.
No, stubborn is still.
He was
Stubborn is a little bit okay.
he was so confident saying rubbish.
Hard-headed.
He was so confident saying rubbish that he was even telling the journalist that yes, it's this. It's because you're not in my shoes. It's because you're not the manager. What the heck?
but really, you guys should know this, that Manchester United is one of the most difficult job in football right now.
Is it that difficult as Madrid?
Right now, the fans, the media, everybody wants Manchester United in a different light.
But do you know that in all the managers that has come after Sir Alex Ferguson, the one that has even had a pass from the media is Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag did not pass through what? Okay, maybe Erik Ten Hag and Ole. Erik Ten Hag did not pass through half of what Jose Mourinho passed through.
Mourinho is a stubborn man to the press.
Man United will win game 3-0. The next thing the press will say, we're not playing Man United pattern.
Yes, that's true.
Nothing was. But Erik Ten Hag, people are not, even legends are not really talking much as before about him.
True.
All what we are saying is do what is right. The first point, first do what is right. Number one, Benny McCarthy said something which I want to reference. He said, the training is amazing. They train top world class. But once they reach the stadium like this, that's something just enter them and they play rubbish.
So there is no motivation.
That's where I'm coming to. The manager is responsible for the motivation of the players. See against Liverpool, against Tottenham, that first minute goal. That first 12 minute goal. If it was a manager that had that motivation, that charisma, his response, I did not even say anything like he didn't even clap. So it was like, okay, they scored. No motivation. No, I am saying the reason why Ferguson was not the best of the best tactician.
Yeah.
But this motivation, the ability to motivate a player, to make a player play more than his own ability. That's what. But Erik Ten Hag, it makes players even play. That Tottenham game was a very good example. No motivation. They scored. I beg, they scored.
But do you think Ferguson can motivate this current crop of players?
Yes,
definitely.
Guys, you are seeing player like Rashford, Bruno that is always whining and all this. Do you think? I'm not seeing it.
Ferguson has dealt with much worse than or much more personalities.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no personality in this Man United team now. Mourinho even dealt with more personality than what is in this Man United team.
Sure.
You deal with Zlatan, you deal with Pogba in the dressing room. Who is in Man United? Which player in Man United can we say has a personality? None. These guys are young boys.
Maguire Dino.
Maguire that they collected captain for, I just kept quiet. That's not a personality.
Okay. So going on this point, we want to go to the next one. Okay, specifically, which area do you think Ten Hag needs to improve on? The improvement. Where do you think right now, if you are called to Old Trafford by Jim Ratcliffe to point out what Ten Hag needs to improve on, what would that be?
Ten Hag.
The improvement now, you guys have to tell, because I've been on internet right now. You have been hearing Manchester United fans bashing in, shouting Ten Hag out, and nobody is trying to tell us that this is what Ten Hag needs to do this is how you need to play this team. Let us know where can he improve on.
Well, okay, where I think he should improve on, where he can improve on, is the first thing is the Hag needs to sit down and think about his job. Do I still want to keep this job?
He did that last season, in last match now against Aston Villa. And you guys, hold on, please. I'm sorry to cut in. He did that against Aston Villa, play a very low block, and you guys went all bombastic on him. That he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done this. What do you want him to do?
Okay. What me personally, I don't. Everybody else has their own points.
Okay.
So now, for me, I want Ten Hag to just sit and look at it. That do I still want to continue with this? Do I want to keep this job? Are the fans happy about me? Now, if I want to keep this job, sit down and check games that we have lost this season. Let's not go even back too far. Check what your tactics have done. Are these guys playing better? Are we good on the ball? Are we holding the ball well? The chances, we are creating more chances, but we can't score. Now, what is the next thing to do? Is the manager, like Sheikh said, the first season came, there was rotation of tactics. You will see there were different times when we buy, you will see, and that first season where you will see Rashford on the right, on the left wing, just him drifting to 10, sometimes moving back to the right wing.
Yeah.
There were different tactics, different pattern for Ten Hag. But I don't know, maybe he just sat down and said, this team, I will drown this team. Maybe, I don't know.
Yes,
I don't quite get it.
His actions are against Man United. Really. That's the truth.
And so it's
He's
just
against
like,
Man United.
That's why I said is, like someone said, the right word is hard-headed. He knows what to do. I'm not joking. He knows what to do to bring Manchester United back to top form. That when I got us in when the first season came, he knows what to do. But now, you specifically, there was this line, this news was coming on that what's his boy name? For you to go, that was sold to Benfica, this left back.
Fernandes, Alvaro.
I want to go back for him again.
Imagine.
Are they on ship drugs?
Yes, no.
We had this boy. You had this boy, but you sold him. Why? Because you wanted the players that you bought, which is Malaysia
to come and play.
To prove your point.
I think that guy was in that team that helped us.
Awesome.
Now we don't have any left back now. Maybe we'll start using my guy as left back.
One fool as left back.
Oh God.
And seriously, I don't even know what that do. What exactly he's good at.
But he's always fit, so
He's always fit now. That's a good
He's always fit. And Bruno too is always fit. And both of them are playing nonsense.
So we appreciate them for being fit.
Right. Ashako, what do you think? Improvement?
I think four things are, I just, like, if it changes, the Hag will be amazing for Man United. 4 things. Number 1, defensive transition.
Okay.
Defensive transition. What was he doing throughout last season? We lost games because of teams were catching us on the defensive transition.
Yeah.
This season, the same thing. So what did you do during the holiday? Because if you cannot make a mistake, so there's no need of changing it. When even journalists say this is a mistake, this is a problem in your team, it's always defensive. Number 1, defensive transition. When we lose the ball, we don't recover well enough, or we have committed too much players to the front that there are few players at the back and teams just eat us and score. That's number 1. So we have to have work on defensive transition and control. Second one, attacking. We don't score goals. During Mourinho time, we didn't even have this kind of problem. We don't score goals.
And that's a coach that will claim to be defensive.
And that's a coach that will claim to be defensive. We're winning 4-0 consecutively.
There was this Man City, Manchester United, 3-2. Pogba scoring 2 goals.
Yes, we score goals then. But now, we struggle to score goals. And I believe he has not really seen that as a problem. He just thinks the goals will come. That's second. Number 3, motivation. Erik Ten Hag is not a motivator. And I'm not saying the reason why Tottenham didn't give him that job in the first place. The reason why they said Tottenham did not give him the job, Tottenham interviewed him for the job when Ole was still Man United.
Okay.
They said the reason why they didn't give him the job was because he lacked charisma. Erik Ten Hag lacked charisma. He's not a player, he's not a manager that when he enters, there's no aura about Ten Hag.
Okay.
Even, let me not say what I want to say, but there's no aura about Ten Hag. He doesn't motivate.
Why you guys both of you hiding words?
He doesn't. With due respect to him, he doesn't. He can't motivate. Even with the way he talks, you know that this guy cannot motivate anybody.
He's giving me one former president.
Yes. He can't motivate you. Then lastly, I would say no more favoritism. Erik Ten Hag, play the best players.
That's it.
I don't know where you are. I don't know whether you and Rashford are neighbors. Don't play Rashford again.
Rashford is not that bad.
The performances he had towards the end of last season, apart from the final against Man City, Rashford was on the bench. Don't use the right players. Use the right players. If you can do those 4 things, I believe you'll be a success in Man United.
But have you guys ever thought that? Have you ever think about it? Maybe that if Anthony moves to like left winger, it might possibly be.
Ten Hag doesn't want to think about it.
He doesn't want to, think outside the box.
Aston Villa, I say Aston Villa. Anthony must just play that side.
Yeah, I think in Brazil, Anthony sometimes go to the left.
Sometimes if Ahmad can be a better 10 than Bruno, but you will not try it.
And Kobe Mainoo can also do the same work.
Yes.
Even Zegzi.
You have Ugarte. You can use Ugarte Edison. Let me even see what you're going to do. But his own mind is this where you are going to play. So I believe let them get another person that can try something new.
So sorry to disappoint you. Ten Hag is staying. Okay.
For the meantime.
Yeah, he's staying. Okay. But do you think he will end up overcoming this current challenge and succeed? This current one.
If he can be humble, he will succeed. But if he still has that hard-headedness, they will sack him.
I believe you should think highly of Ten Hag. Do you think he can succeed? And even this current order, do you think he can just jump over it and just come out and Manchester United finishing the season top 3?
Sorry, which Manchester United?
This current one with Ten Hag.
No, there's still time in the season.
Time.
With the way that
but with Ten Hag,
yeah, but do you think
but with Ten Hag, it's
now
not feasible.
this period is already a period, and I know Ten Hag traveled, went home, watched clips.
You didn't watch any clip. Which watch clip?
I know you will watch some.
You did not watch any clip.
Call his
He did not watch
analysts and say let's do this together.
The only clip that they can watch.
Maybe he's watching seasonal film.
When he was in 20, when he was in 20, he was watching his football.
It's seasonal film. Which seasonal film is even on ground now? That one is watching. Let's forget it. If he wants to work, he will not travel. He will not go holiday.
Manchester United has made workers feel like they can just come and do anything.
Do you even let me even say something like what you just said now is making me to get annoyed self now. In the sense of Sir Alex Ferguson lost the Premier League to Man City on the last day.
Yeah.
Guy Neville said, okay, he wrote it. I think he wrote it in his book that in that night after they came back from Sunderland, he was in his office plotting how to get that title back from, and decided that night that he was going to buy either Van Persie or Karim Benzema. That he needed more goals. But he lost that gain some goal difference, right?
Yeah.
Now, Erik Ten Hag is going through a tough period. Manchester United is going through a tough period. He still has the mind to take off holiday. What are you doing on holiday?
Now to refresh.
What are you doing on holiday?
Sit back, look at every.
He's not ready back. He just see he's a laissez-faire guy. But McCarthy said he doesn't have passion. This is someone that's worked with him. He doesn't have passion. I can see it.
Just to buttress your point, Sheks. To buttress your point. Like you said now, Ferguson wrote in his book, which I can remember vividly. He said that when we lost the title to Man City, he thought about what he could do to get the title back. Last season, I'm bringing that into perspective of what we were talking about. Last season, our goal difference for when the season ended was 0. I think 0 minus. It was minus 1 or 0.
Minus something
or 0.
Which was cause of it that we have a striker. But there was no supply to the striker.
Yes.
Please, can you say, are you as a Ten Hag lover, is there supply to strikers this season?
Nothing. It doesn't see the problem.
That's true.
It doesn't see that the problem. And do you know something? I will always say to Chelsea fans, let me say this, Chelsea fans might benefit. In the sense of when Graham Potter was Chelsea manager, you could see that this man wanted to make it work. You could see the eye bags. The man that said at one point he has not gone home. He's always in the office sleeping, trying to work it out. He sleeps in the office trying to make everything work out. Have you seen any eye bag under Ten Hag's eyes?
No,
he sleeps like a baby.
His nature is different from his nature.
That's why the nature he has is not the nature that can make Man United successful.
Okay. Don't let us plug this. Let us just move on because I don't know why Man U fans. And this next question, I know what you guys are going to say. I know what you guys are going to say in this next question, but I will still ask. What do you think? Sack Ten Hag or give him more time?
Sack him. The best time to have sacked Erik Ten Hag was yesterday. Sack him.
What about you, Happily? I think you would think differently now, right?
Do I need to give him an answer?
And sack him. Don't sack him by official letter. Oh. Sack him by meme. Just WhatsApp meme. You have been sacked because at this moment now, it's becoming a disappointment. Really.
It's like most fans don't know the magnitude of what Manchester United is going through.
Oh God.
It's like we don't understand what's going on. What's happening with
No
us.
matter what, again, next match he will still start Rashford. Next match he will still make the same mistakes. Because he feels
It's even this Ineos now. Yeah, Ineos like what is the name called? It's like they are using style to be like this as small. Because
no. I mean, remember when we discussed Ineos. I know why Ineos is not taking that decision quick enough.
Okay.
I think I know too, but at least they should be giving one sign that maybe they're not even putting the guy under pressure.
Well,
No, they're putting him under pressure. If you see the way he acted that Aston Villa match, you know that.
That's of that match. He shows.
He was shouting.
He gave me the vibe of
A serious person, have
a
you?
serious person. He was shouting. He was pushing.
After 2 years,
I said, where is this? Where is this coming from? He was jumping, shouting. Put this
That be
here.
telling you that before he was relaxed. Now again, he has gone on holiday.
God.
What are you going to do on holiday?
Okay, this next one. If Ten Hag is sacked mid-season, what will be the consequence?
Fantastic consequence. Man United has an history of always doing well with interim, except from Ralf Rangnick.
No, I think that one is.
Because you could see under Carrick, the 3 games Carrick managed. You see under even Ryan Giggs when we sacked David Moyes.
Yes,
You could see the
even
ambition.
Ole.
Even Ole. So I believe give on Roy, someone that they trust, someone that they as the interim. I believe the players will want to show that it's not them that is the fault.